Hey everyone, it is July 16th, 2025, and we're currently standing outside the beautiful Beacon Theater. This is a staple of Manhattan's Upper West Side, and on today's walking tour, we're going to be exploring exactly that. The beautiful, the stunning, the gorgeous, one of my favorite neighborhoods in Manhattan, the Upper West Side. We're on the corner of 74th Street and Broadway. We're going to be going down, checking out Lincoln Center, making a U-turn, coming all the way back up, and checking out the very famous Dakota, which sits on the corner of 72nd Street and Central Park West. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now on the walking tour, you're going to notice some of the most really stunning and gorgeous architecture anywhere in the city. I mean, some of these buildings on the Upper West Side are just absolutely breathtaking. That's one of the biggest selling points, in my opinion, of living on the Upper West Side. You get some really great pre-war buildings. You get some of the most gorgeous brownstones in the entire city of New York. And quite frankly, it's pretty quiet up here as compared to Midtown Manhattan. I didn't know they opened this store across the street. This is called Goods for the Study. This is a really good stationery, kind of like journaling store. I believe their main location is in Soho. I used to go there quite a bit when I would frequent that neighborhood, but it just caught my eye here. I didn't know they opened a location on the Upper West. This is the original Apple Central Savings Bank. It's a beautiful building. Unfortunately, there's scaffolding all around it, but as we make our way to 72nd Street, and as we stand outside of the main subway terminal here, and we look back, you're going to see the beautiful architecture on that building. This is Broadway and 73rd Street. Here you can get the 1, 2, and 3 trains. If you're visiting New York, just remember that the 1 train runs local, so it'll hit every single stop all the way down to the South Ferry, which is the Staten Island ferry terminal. 2 and 3 run express. You really never know what you're going to run into in New York.
The Uptown Sputters. Find us on Instagram at Uptown Sputters. Please tag us in photos and videos you might be taking. If we have a Tim Bucket Venmo booth here, please visit it. We are all living, working artists here in New York City.
Again, looking back at this gorgeous, gorgeous architecture here. Amazing. And it's pretty lively out. It's about 4:48. So people are probably just getting off of work. This is now the corner of Amsterdam Avenue. This is headed over towards Central Park West. You have Gray's Papaya. It's a very famous spot. You also have the main Trader Joe's here on the right. Again, it's a really nice change for once. Then looking at all the just basic glass skyscrapers in Midtown, there's just so much character here. It's really, it just really feels like you're in a neighborhood setting when you're walking around the Upper West. We'll head down to Lincoln Center, and maybe the Lincoln Center fountain will be on. Now, you are slowly starting to see a lot of the newer developments come to the Upper West Side. I would say the most recent one is Extel's development. And if you know the Extel Development Company, they are most known for pioneering Billionaires Row with 157 West 57th Street and 217 West 57th Street, which is Central Park Tower. But now they have a brand new development on 65th Street that is similar sort of style, right? Complete glass facade. Doesn't really blend well with the neighborhood, but I think it'll sell well. Here's another gorgeous building. Look at this. Just so much detail. You have that juxtaposition across the street, that glass skyscraper that houses Trader Joe's. There's a ton of Bondi sushi locations throughout the city. They're pretty good. Not bad. Now, if you look all the way in the distance, you'll start to see the beginning skyline of Midtown Manhattan, specifically Columbus Circle. You have the Deutsche Bank Tower, and you also have the Hearst Tower as well. I really like the side streets on the Upper West Side. You have a lot of those beautiful brownstone buildings. Shakespeare books. Oh, it actually looks like maybe the Strand took over Shakespeare books. Strand is a really good bookstore. New York City independent since 1927. If you're visiting New York and you want a really good bookstore to go to, I would take a trip down to the East Village and check out East Village Books. They have a lot of really nice rare books there, and predominantly the majority, if not all the books there, are used because they buy books and things like that from estate sales, and you could find a few hidden gems there. I managed to grab one of the original copies of Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, based on the life of Jesse Livermore, one of the original prints. And you know, if you go on eBay or something like that, I mean, that book is worth probably $3,000 or $4,000. I don't know how they missed that, but I think I bought it for like $7. Usually those guys are pretty good at pricing things appropriately, but apparently they missed that one. So here you have these gorgeous tree-lined streets. You can only imagine how beautiful it is during the fall when all the leaves are changing. And here's the West Side Restaurant in the Upper West, 69th Street and Broadway. Unfortunately, a lot of the original diners in the city are closing down. It's just so difficult for mom and pop restaurants to survive in a city where the rents are so high. Seems like only the big corporate chains are able to survive, unfortunately. So of those kind of local, I would say smaller mom and pop diners and restaurants, I try to support as much as possible. One of my favorite restaurants on the Upper West Side is Carmine's. But if you can eat at Carmine's, make sure that you bring a friend or a family member, because they sell the individual dishes family style. So the portions are tremendous. So not ideal to go and eat by yourself unless you're very, very hungry. This is now West 68th Street, headed southbound. Now everybody, in a moment, you're going to start to see Lincoln Center, but you're also going to start to see the Juilliard School of Music, which is not only one of the best music schools in New York City, but really one of the best music schools in the entire world, to be quite honest. We'll see if it's busy with summer classes going on. As you can tell, there's also massive amounts of scaffolding all over the Upper West. The general rule of thumb is that you'll see more scaffolding where the buildings are a little bit older, because they have to do the mandatory facade work and restoration. Okay, now you're really going to start to see the skyline of the city expand a little bit, and it's going to really start to feel like you're in New York City. This is the 66th Street Lincoln Center subway entrance. This is the 1 train. You could also get the M5 bus that'll take you all the way to the George Washington Bridge. M7 as well take you all the way to Harlem. To the right on the corner of 66th Street, you're going to see the Juilliard School Irene Diamond building. And of course that iconic Empire Hotel sign, Hotel Empire. Once we turn this corner, you're going to be able to see the facade of that new Extel building we were talking about. And it's very unique. We haven't done a walking tour of the Upper West Side in a while. So you're going to start to see the main facade come into play on the building. And it's almost like this goldish, brazed copper sort of feeling. It's very unique. And I think it's growing on me a little bit. Once we get to the corner of Columbus and 66th, I'll try to point the camera towards the sky and you can see it. Let me know if it comes out on the camera, but you can see it on the new Extel building. The outer trim around the windows is like this coppery gold brush. Pretty interesting. This is looking northbound, deeper up Columbus into the Upper West Side. We'll cross over and take a quick peek at the construction site. Might as well since we're here. This is 2 Lincoln Square. These are luxury rental apartments. "50 West 66th Street is the address. The new Extel development. Look at how cool this is. My favorite thing about the development is the balconies. Not a lot of buildings on Billionaires Row have balconies. 157 does, but there's only 2 units in the building that have outdoor space. I mean, if you're right on Central Park, if you get a balcony that overlooks Central Park, I mean, that's money right there. It's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Here you can see it a little bit better. Now, I was reading a little bit about the architect, and they wanted to make the building resemble a stone that has been hit with a chisel for like craftsmanship. And from a distance you could see it. I mean, the building is in a great location, right? Because you're right at Lincoln Center. You're steps away from Central Park. You're near Columbus Circle, which is a major transportation hub. And you're within walking distance to a lot of grocery stores. You have the Whole Foods that's right at 59th Street, Columbus Circle, in the Deutsche Bank Tower. You really have everything you need. Just a really beautiful block. Now, my favorite building on the Upper West Side has to be 15 Central Park West. Now, 15 Central Park West is the Zeckendorf building. The architect on the project is the famous Robert A.M. Stern. Hence that beautiful limestone facade on the building. And Robert A.M. Stern also did 220 Central Park South, which is the Vornado development. You'll be able to see both as we make a right on Central Park West here. Another thing I forgot to note is that you're right next to Tavern on the Green. This is the main entrance to Tavern on the Green right here. And this is looking up northbound on Central Park West. But this is really amazing here. These gorgeous views of Billionaire's Row. If I zoom in, that limestone building, that's 220 Central Park South. The glass building in the back is Central Park Tower. That's actually the tallest building on Billionaire's Row. The one in the middle is 157. That was the original Billionaire's Row building. And then the one on the left is the Steinway Tower. Currently at the Steinway Tower, there's a quadplex on the market for, I think, $110 million. We'll see if it sells. It is really rather peaceful living on the Upper West Side, though. You cannot beat Central Park, I always say that. Here's a little bit better view of the Steinway Tower. Look at that, nestled perfectly in between the tree line. That is such a cool shot. We'll head back towards Lincoln Center. Now from here, you're going to see a better angle of that X-Tail building. Pretty unique. Really love these buildings too. Something about those kind of cast iron fire escapes just bring its own special charm to the city. So even though on one end I'm happy about all the new development, but on the other hand I really hope we're able to preserve over time at least some of these timeless buildings here. Now, some of the buildings in Soho are historically protected, meaning you can't take them down, which I think is a good thing. But the problem is some of these buildings are really old, which makes it hard to upkeep and very, very expensive to upkeep as well. Lots of cafes too. Okay, now we're back on 65th Street and Broadway. You're going to see a lot of foot traffic pick up as we enter the heart of Lincoln Center. And you know, it looks like there's some sort of event going on. Maybe it's that Summer City concert series, perhaps. Look at this, everybody. There's going to be a Wegmans coming here. Now, I can tell you with 100% certainty this is going to do fantastic. That even makes the Upper West Side better. Wow, I'm pretty excited for that. We're going to have to do a full video tour once the Wegmans opens. The second Wegmans in New York City is at Astor Place, and that one is doing really well. The first one is in Brooklyn Navy Yard. This is the Rosetta Bakery. There's many locations throughout the city. This one's quite nice here on the Upper West, because you have a great outdoor dining seating area here. It's always very lively too. Between 64th Street, and 63rd, there's this row of restaurants that's really nicely placed, because you can get a nice dinner and then walk right across the street and see your show at Lincoln Center. It's great. You have the Smith here, Cafe Fiorello. Lots of good outdoor dining space. It's a little hot out. I think it's almost 100 degrees in the city today, so maybe not that many people choosing to dine outside. There's the outdoor dining structure for the Smith. It's a really nice vibe here. And then of course looking over these beautiful buildings all along Central Park West. I want to take a quick detour here and make a left on 62nd Street, and we'll walk around the perimeter of the famous 15 Central Park West, one of my favorite buildings in the city. And again, this building was constructed with tens of thousands of individual slabs of limestone. But what Robert A.M. Stern did is he used the same exact rock quarry that they used to construct the facade of the Empire State Building. So as you can see here, this is the northwesternmost side of the building. Look at how beautiful that limestone facade is. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Now this building is famous for having a lot of notable residents. Most notably on Wall Street, I would say the former CEO of Goldman Sachs, Lloyd Blankfein, has a really nice unit here with this beautiful outdoor terrace overlooking Central Park. To the right, you also have the New York Institute of Technology. If you were to walk over one more avenue, that's also the campus of Fordham University. And Fordham just underwent a big renovation too. It's beautiful up there. There's this outdoor sky garden where you could, have lunch, get some studying done. It's a really amazing campus in the city. And even further over from that, you have my alma mater, which is the CUNY John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Now, John Jay College used to be an all-men's college that was like a feeder school for the NYPD Police Academy. Many students who attend John Jay now want to go to law school or pursue a career in the NYPD, FBI, CIA, and the like. Now, this building right here is 1 Central Park West. This is the Trump International Hotel and Tower. And you have 3 components of this building. There's 3 main doors. In door number 1, you have the main entrance to the Jean-Georges restaurant. In the middle door, you have the entrance to the International Hotel. And then you also have the residences at Trump International Hotel and Tower. Great views of Central Park, great views of Billionaires Row. Really stunning property there too. Now looking off into the distance, you're going to see another Billionaires Row building that was developed by our friend Harry Macklow. That is 432 Park Avenue. It's kind of cool how we could see it from all the way over here. But here we are at 15 Central Park West. This building is really one of a kind. Look at the main valet, the main roundabout. It's really an unbelievable building. Very, very similar to 220 Central Park South. Beautiful. Now this building is Steinway Tower. You can even see it glistening in the sunlight. There's a red Cybertruck. Stunning backdrop of Billionaire's Row. Here's the front entrance of 15 Central Park West. Here you have it, developer Zeckendorf Development, and then Robert A.M. Stern. So stunning in there. We'll make this left on 63rd Street. And we'll check out Lincoln Center. pass right in front of the main entrance of Hotel Empire. Back here is the Smith again. This is a pretty good shot of the X-Tail building here. You could actually see into some of the units too.
Imagine if it would grow just together out.
You also have that PJ Clark's. And here we have it. Here we have Lincoln Center, Summer for the City. I think they have like this silent disco thing here. Wow, look at that disco ball. Such a beautiful place, Lincoln Center. Right, if you guys enjoyed this walking tour of the Upper West Side of Manhattan, feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. And as always, we will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.